Hi everybody, it's Laura. I'm kind of having a blah day today. I just kind of rambling. Didn't know what to do with myself today. Um, Trying to spread things out a little bit, do some little different things. These are a couple pots that I got in one of my dives. And this is a bag of, you know, container mix, and it's got fertilizer in it. And these pretty flowers, I paid quite a bit for them. I normally wouldn't pay that much, but I wanted something that would attract butterflies and hummingbirds, and that's what these are designed to do. And I wanted them in a pot that I could bring inside when I'm not at home, because people out here are thieves. They'll probably even be brought in at night, just because where we are, tweakers are in grave abundance. I have my pots because these are really deep pots, and they're broad, and I kind of want to not have to fill these pots completely with container mix, and I don't have availability to me of all the soil that I need without spending a ton of money. So what I'm doing is something my grandma's always done. Put plastic containers, she used to use margarine tubs and things like that, Cool Whip tubs, in the bottom of her flower pots, her bigger pots, to help fill up the empty space. And I've done it for years. One of my really big pots outside that you'll see later, that's actually a feed mineral tub for cows that I got at a yard sale because it had a hole in it. I guess it's cracked or something, and got it really cheap at a yard sale. I have actually got a broken flower pot turned upside down in the bottom of it, plus some other plastic containers. So we're going to go ahead and get to this. I do have some water here so I don't have to keep getting up and down. And I have some cleaned eggshells. My grandma used to do this all the time. And I used to do it too years ago, and I got out of the habit of it. But if you watch Cindy's vlogs, she's really great. She has an awesome channel. And her other channel is Burning Sands Exploration. She's really great. She showed a video and reminded me about the eggshells, using eggshells again. So I went ahead and washed up my eggshells that I used for my cake the other night. And we're going to go ahead and use them. So I put some, I'm going to put some dirt in here that I'll be mixing the eggshells in that will go in with these plants. I'm also going to plant my philodendron that is from a plant that is the original plant is about 100 years old, and it's been giving sprouts to many people over the many years. So I'm going to start out by I have a partial bag left over. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just split that bag up between the two pots, so it's down in the bottom. Again, both of these big pots were from one of my dives. I'm going to kind of sort that down into there. Give it a little bit of a shake. If you see cuts in this, it's because I got a little too long-winded and I broke it down. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands because, it's good to get dirty. also going to be adding some smaller flowers in with this. So I will not be filling this all the way tippy top on either one of these. You'll notice that here in a minute. So don't panic about the fact that I have not put a whole lot of dirt in these. And like I said, that's because I'm going to be adding more flowers later this week. I got these at a local flower shop. I do not buy my flowers at Walmart. I do not buy my vegetable plants at Walmart. Everything I buy comes from a Amish store that has plants and things like that. I love shopping with them. Their plants produce so much better. You pay a little bit more, but at least the plants don't rot and they don't die on you. And they produce really good fruit and vegetables, so. I did pay $4.99 for each of these plants. And I don't normally buy expensive plants, but, you know, like I said, I just wanted something different. I wanted something for put what's left in this bag here. Like I said, I have more plants to put in here than this. And I have more potting soil. Let me get this bag. Hold on just a second, let me get a knife. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add. Now this is actual natural and organic seed starter, which I'm going to blend in with this. I'll probably take a little bit of this back out so the pots are kind of even. And let's back you back up. I know I knocked that one flower that's dying that off. I'll take that. And I'm just going to crush up. I'm not going to powder this, but I am going to crush the eggshells up kind of small. And I'm just going to kind of squeeze it through the dirt. I'm going to save some of that for my other plants. Okay. Now I've kind of made this, you know, you can see the eggshells in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little hole here in the center. Now you're going to see probably that one Gatorade bottle. I'm going to take my red one, and he's kind of created a kind of like a little vined around. These have kind of like little tendrils that will vine out around each other, and you want to be very gentle about taking them apart. Because they've kind of entwined here. And this is what I've got. So you can see what I bought. And they're good for sun to partial sun. And they need to be in a well-drained pot. So as you can see, there's plenty of extra dirt. We're going to carefully work this really moist dirt off so it loosens it. You don't want to take it completely off, but you want to loosen it. I'm going to sprinkle some of this eggshell mix in the hole I created. Kind of line that hole. We're going to set him down in the hole I created with the eggshell mixture down inside of it. And we're going to bring that right up around him and kind of hug him in a little hill, because we just disturbed him. And we're going to kind of sprinkle a little of this moist dirt that was in his pot around him. And if we have some of the dirt left over, that's fine. We'll use it later. And then this is just water that I wanted to have ready. We're going to give him just a little taste of water. I don't want to give him too much because the dirt around him was really moist. And we're going to take him outside in a little bit. So we'll finish watering him when he goes outside. We'll set that pot back. And we'll work on this one. Again, make a hole. Sprinkle some of this eggshell mix in the bottom. Spread it up around the sides and the bottom. I'm going to get the blue one ready. It's the same kind. He's just got blue on him. He's not wanting to come out as easily. He came out whole pot. Look at the root system on him compared to the roots on the other one. So I'm going to be a little more gentle about loosening him up. I want him to realize that his roots can spread out now. So we're going to set him down in that hole, kind of nestle him, and then we're going to hug up the dirt and build the dirt up around him. Now, he didn't have any leftover dirt in his pot, so I'm just going to hug that up around him good. Like I said, when I'm done, this will have dirt almost to the top of the pot, because there will be a couple other little plants in here that can grow with these. That'll help also with the butterflies and the hummingbirds. And I'm going to give him some water because he's been disrupted. Kind of give him a little thirsty drink. Kind of hug him a little better. And we're going to set him aside. And then I'm going to bring over the philodendron. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to use just this small pot that I've had in my closet. I just got dirt all over it from my hands. It doesn't have drainage in it, but I don't have a way to put holes in it right yet. But I can heat up a nail really hot and push it through the sides down towards the bottom and put this in a dish. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use this to start them in. And the reason I'm doing that is because this plant has been in water. And it's been in water for about 2 years. And the reason for that is originally it was in dirt until my grandkids were here. And I don't know what they poured in the pot. But when I realized something was wrong, it was hard cake. Like, I don't know, they must have had something they didn't want to drink, and they poured it in my plant. So, I was able to save this much, and he has grown incredibly a lot. And he has really good root system now, and he's very sturdy. But I don't want to put him directly into potting soil yet. So this pot's going to work really good, and this organic starting mix is kind of what I want to put him in for right now. So I'm just going to reach in here, get him some dirt. And this is really dry soil, so I want to make it just a little moist. Not real wet, but I want it moist. I want it kind of like the consistency of, I don't know, kind of crumbly to start with. I don't want it to be like mud. I just want it to be moist. And like I said, I also have eggshells to put in here. And this is just to get him accustomed to being in dirt before I transplant him on over into actual potting soil. And this has got a lot of nutrients and everything, and it is really good. It is a really good mix. I've asked quite a few people what to do, what would be the best for this plant with what it went through. And this is what I was told to try to do first, kind of not shock it. So, whoops. I'm definitely going to be sweeping my floor and taking a bath when I'm done today. So, alright, let's go with that, and then we'll add we'll make a little hole. And I'll show you here in a second what this is looking like. I'm just kind of almost like kneading bread dough. You know, mixing, like you're mixing shortening into like flour or sugar. And that's the consistency I'm kind of getting right here. I don't want it wet. I just kind of want it to start to clump together. Alright, now I'm going to kind of give me a hole to put him in, like that. And then I'm going to add this mixture with the eggshells and kind of line my hole with that mixture. And I'm going to add just a little more moisture to that, because that is pretty dry there too. Alright, now I'm going to show you what I've got and show you the root system that this plant has acquired in 2 years. I tell you, I didn't think I was going to save it. I felt so horrible. But there's the root system. And this has been pure water. I have not used tap water on this plant. I've always bought water. We are going to set the roots. Let me see. Hold on. Let me Let me get this pot on top of something so you can see what I'm doing. Let me do it this way. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this root system, and I have this hole that I've built. I might add just a little more of the water that this plant is used to having in that hole. And we're going to set this whole root system right down gently in that hole. And while we're holding the plant up out, I'm going to push this dirt mix kind of gently on top of the root system and work my way all the way around the plant. Like I said, I need to add more dirt to this once I get the plant in here. And I'm doing that now. Now this plant is used to pretty much, it's been in water for 2 years now. So this is going to kind of be a little bit of a shock to its system. I'm going to add some more water. Trying to avoid getting water on its leaves. I don't have a sprayer to do this with, so I'm just holding the leaves up. And I'm probably going to get a lot of water on my floor. I'll turn the plant. And you'll probably see cuts in this. Simply because this is going to be a really long video. Okay, that is good and damp. I'm going to leave him like that. I'm going to set him aside. I'm going to take this long piece that has been growing. I'm going to just wrap him around up top, because he will actually grow roots and start a new plant on his own. But for now, I'm just going to kind of wind him up there and say, please stay put, because I don't want him to break. Alright, we're going to set him aside. The next thing we're going to plant is this, and it goes outside. And, oh, I do have my glasses on. And this is a Thunbergia. I don't know how you really pronounce that. But we're going to take him outside and plant him outside. And I'll be with you in just a minute. And just like that, we're outside. I'm going to kind of shake some of the leaves and stuff out. This does drain. It's got holes in it. That's why I use it for a flower pot. And again, this is what we're planting. If it focuses. That's what we're planting. I'm actually going to leave that in there so I know what I bought. And this one's a really simple plant. Because we're simply just putting it in there. And this one also draws hummingbirds and, whoops, and butterflies. And it vines. It will vine, this plant will vine up to 5 to 8 feet. And it will either climb down or it will vine out. So it will go both ways. And it was just that simple. I had plenty of dirt in there. And I will bring some water out for it in a little bit. I'm going to put my poor Mr. Squirrel. I don't have a way to put him in there with that one. But anyways, it was that simple. We're going to bring out the 2 flower pots here in a little bit. And I'll be back with you. So there you have it, guys. All nice and planted. It's a little chilly today. It says it is. I don't believe it. But there you go. Alright, everybody. I'm going to probably move these over just a hair. And hope some tweaker don't come by and steal them. Everybody, have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.